Taurus, my love, what's good? We are going to try something new today. I hope you are having a wonderful day, all my early birds. Taurus, 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 Taurus. All placements: sun, moon, rising, Venus, your mama them, your daddy them, your uncles them, your cousins, your distant relatives, all of them. Bring y'all ass to the front of the line, okay? Let's have some damn fun, okay? We ain't been to the cookout in a long time. We need some soul. Hey, sister, soul, sister. Gotta get that dough, sister. Remember the lies, selling all Moulin Rouge. All right. We got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, I wasn't expecting that, you know. The Three of Pentacles in reverse and the Fool. Huh. You are not welcomed here. That's what I'm hearing. Why are they doing this to you? Are they trying to kick you out of something? That's what it feels like to me. It feels like someone trying to you trying to be kick you out or something. Like you ain't been at this job long enough. You ain't been doing this long enough. Oh. Cause I heard the ballad. Okay, so you may just be naturally good at something, and you come into a situation, and there's P might may be significant. There's people that's been doing this shit for a long time, and you ain't been doing something as long as them, and you do shit too easy, and you making their job hard, and they feel like that is that's a bad way to start off. Like you need to earn the ranks in a situation. You need to earn the ranks in a situation. You need to wait your turn. You feel what I'm saying? And if you're not willing to wait your turn and put in the years or something like that, you don't deserve it. Oh, so it's like people in your own industry. That's like your biggest haters. Some of them they're more successful than you, but they be hating on you. And they might not even be your industry, but it's like, oh, I wanted to take you with me to the top, but since you don't want to be with me, or since you don't want to fuck with me, then you're on your own, buddy, old pal. You're by yourself. You're on your own. Figure that shit out. What is going on? There's something to do with technology. There's something to do with the internet. And there's something to do with a narrative. Like something about you having to doesn't feel like an initiation. Let's slow this down. Okay. We're going to look at this from an objective point of view. No judgment, just objective. Okay. Let's see here. I feel like if I sit with this long enough, I will be able to get the message, but I haven't. Oh, maybe you don't want to get the message, right? You don't care if you're pissing people off. You don't care if people have a negative opinion of you. You don't care. And you're like la 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 la, skipping to your loot, doing what you want to do. Take it or leave it, like it or love it. I don't care. Get the picture? So you're making people mad, you're ruffling feathers, you're not kissing ass, you're I don't even think you're bending the rules. You're letting people do them. You're like, hey, if it works for you, I love it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to change nobody. But you just being you is fucking with people. Like you just doing shit your way is fucking with people. And I don't understand that. And then they turn around and try to pretend like they're not your enemy. They try to turn around and pretend like they Like, what? Like, they're not competing with you. Like, what? That's a waste of my time. I'm so much more mature than that. You know, I don't have time. I'm too important. Who? It looks like you done ruffled some feather. They feel like you're showing off. Like you're showing off and you're making it harder for other people. You're bragging. You're like braggadocious. Someone feel like you're bragging. Now, I would tell you if I felt like you were bagging. If I would tell you if I felt like you were bragging, I don't get that off of your energy. What I get off of your energy is that you just minding your business like a free agent, like a free soul. And with rebellion in reverse, this is saying like you're not going around trying to take people with you, convert them, change their minds, solicit anything. You are not against any infrastructure, you're not against any system. Hey, if they like it, you love it, you know what I'm saying? You march into the beat of your own drum. So some way, somehow, someone, something, a group, a community, an industry, whatever, they felt like you got a lot of talent, you're really gifted, and they wanted you a part of their label. They wanted you on their team. They wanted you in some type of contract. They didn't want you being a free agent. It's like I want you to let me be your representative. I want you to let me be your like I want you to sign to me. So I wanted you to sign to them and be a part of their organization, be a part of their team, and then they were going to make sure you get really successful. But they felt like you wanted to be like an independent contractor, an independent person, and so this person is like relentless at making sure that no matter like how hard you try or what you do, 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days. They have all the time in the world to literally make sure everything you do is a fucking waste of time. That you are always left disappointed in some way. But you're not mad. It literally says madness in reverse. You're not mad. Like, that's okay. I don't mind. Distractions in reverse. And so someone's having like a hissy fit, a bitch fit. And it's like, what in the hell? What in the hell? They're like crashing out, crying, foaming at the mouth. You're going to regret this. Someone's trying to convince you like everybody wants success. Everybody wants fame. Everybody wants this thing. Um but you know, it feels like you don't care to sell your soul to something. And selling your soul, right? We can get all theatrical with it, but for the most part, it's selling out yourself, right? Your integrity, your morals, your values. Doing something for the joy of it versus doing it because you are on the rat race. I feel like you don't care about the rat race, the comforts that come along with being affiliated with something. You don't give a fuck about it. And that bothers. It's also this energy of like paying homage or waiting your turn, respect. What is this? The fucking lottery? Your spiritual team is like watching this shit and it's commentary. Like they're providing a comedian relief at this point. Door to spirit, told you. Like you may want to tread lightly over here. You're in the wrong fucking territory. That's what your spiritual team is say. Like this is spirit. You're spirit led. 33 master teacher. You are the resurrection of something. 333 co-creator with the universe. And first they try to distract you, right? With frivolous things, people, places, things. And then they try to reward you with pretending to be lost, right? And then they thought that you were really lost and that you denounced something. And then just for them to realize that it was all a part of it was all a part of the plan, it was all a part of the design. And so now it's all connected. It's all connected because you got out of a contract unscathed. You got out of a commitment without having to lose royalties, right? Some of you guys, you got out of a deal without having to pay back or owe someone. It looked like Christmas. Like chestnuts? I was gonna say roasting by the open fire. I don't even know if that's the right word. And since I turned off the comments, can't nobody tell me if it's the right words. But that's okay. That's really okay. This is the season to be jolly, and it feels like it's nothing but folly. Fa la 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 la. Some of you guys, the third party is literally like, you know how people be wanting to be the plug, organizations, right? When they go scouting for people and they go to the school and they want to be like the plug. Oh, I'm gonna be your scout. I'm scouting for this school. I'm scouting for this league, and we want you to sign with us. It isn't like you ran across a situation like that and you decided to go with with their rival team, or you decided to go another direction. And so now it's like because you're not wearing their colors, or you're on for another team or something like that. It's like now they're like low key mad at you. And it's like, I would, if you would have let me be the plug, I would have got you the best deal. And instead of them just accepting defeat or just accepting that you have free will and go in any direction you want, they turn around and they like pay people under the table to sabotage you on the field. You know what I'm saying? Or they pay people to tarnish your reputation. So whoever you sign with would bench you all year. It's something like that. And even in the industry, it's the same thing. And then they hide their hands like they had nothing to do with it. It's real fucked up out here. But I feel like you're too wise for that. Because you already know what time it is. But look who's winning. To make you feel to make you feel punishment, they pretty much wrote themselves out of a will. They wrote themselves out of making a cut. Like, does it make sense to literally have to pay someone anyway and then short your own payment because you have a personal vendetta? Like, short your own cut of a payment because you have a personal vendetta against a person? Like, does that make sense? Just because you want to control the narrative? I swear for God, there are people that be, and it's like everywhere. You know how many like low key racist, biased, prejudiced people be in positions, whether it's government assistance, whether it's what's the other department, paid programs that they have you paying taxes for, paying into a system that's supposed to cover you in situations, and then getting you to have your own people talk about you like a dog, as if you pretty much having to use those same fucking resources that your mama them and you've been paying for all these fucking years is the lowest of the barrel. And then you have the same people that look like you and have been in the same situations or feeling ashamed to have to admit that they ever had to use these programs. It's broken. Then they over here ashamed about having labels and stuff like that. And now they think that they didn't caught on and got smart, and they feel like people are trying to milk uh labels, ADHD, autistic, or this, and then everybody trying to get over on some shit. And so now they think they're gonna hip to that game. And so people that actually need it ain't getting those benefits or those resources for them to even consider them. So they feel like everybody trying to lie because I don't know. Let's guess. You maybe you date someone. Maybe they date someone that's of the same nationality or race as you, so they feel like, oh, I'm in the in crowd. I know how the shit works, and I know how you're not fooling me. I'm hip to the game now, brother or sister. Little do they fucking know that they only make it harder for themselves in the long run. Imagine a person trying to get hip to a game just for the person that supposedly got you hip to the game. Well, that was the distraction in itself. Dodo bad. That was a distraction in itself. The person that told you how to get hip to the game, they gave you the distraction to look at while they go off and fuck off and do other things, and you wouldn't even think about it because you too busy trying to catch people getting away with shit. Karen head ass. That's what all I see here, and it's everywhere. And of course, they can only support certain belief systems in private because, Lord forbid, you say some shit out loud. And it's literally, I'm not doing that. I would never. The pot calling the kettle black type shit. Right? The labels of saying you got this condition and that condition was to make you feel shame. It was to make you feel shame. And then what was meant to make you feel shame was like, okay, well, I'll be that. If I'm a fool, I'm a fool. If I'm ignorant, I'm ignorant. If I'm a nigga, I'm a nigga. That's and then it's like now I want to do away with all these titles and all these labels and all these different adjectives because now I feel like you're just taking advantage of it and making a fool out of me. Right? Oh my goodness. This is a lot. This is a lot for a fucking Friday morning. Fences. You stay on your side of the fence. I stay on my side of the fence. What in the civil world? This is literally like it's comical to me that this has been a tale as old as time. You know what I'm saying? And it's all revolves around feeling as if someone will always love you more, or someone will always be a fool for you, or someone will always come to you. I mean, this predates us. Okay, let's take a walk down memory lane. This is like the same pattern of creating certain jobs for people that they feel are beneath, you know what I'm saying, beneath the poverty line or something like that. And it's supposed to be shameful for you to have to cook shit from scratch. It's supposed to be shameful for you to be the maid or for you to have all these different things. And then the person husband fall in love with the maid. The person husband fall in love with the person that's skinning the chicken. And then they're more valuable. But those jobs and those opportunities were given to those below the poverty line. And just for the person to fall in love with someone below the fucking poverty line, and the same person that they sleep in the bed every day with is can't wait to run off. You know what I'm saying, with the Scarlett Johansson. It's just they can't wait. And then the person they married to, bitter, angry, can't, and they stay in the relationship till death do they part because they got to cash out on their will. They got to cash out on their stuff. And it's like, because the connections are built on the necessary means. People really groom their kids to consummate and get into contracts to better to status up in your life. And so when you don't give a fuck where someone's trying to say like, oh, the contract means something, or oh, you should feel bad about doing this. You're like, man, I don't give a fuck. This is my divine guidance. This is my destiny. And if I decide that your husband, if I decide that your husband is not mine, that's that. And so there's this underlying hatred, and that's kind of like what I'm seeing here. Someone has absolutely no regret, and they're not mad. But there is someone that feels upset. Look at it. So they're like, okay, well, let me see how I can make this work for myself. You serve this purpose and make them better, and I cash in on all the benefits. I mean, it's a win-win situation. That's what it's looking like. And this may be a thing of like accepting a lot. I don't know. This may be a thing of like, loving someone till death do they part. What in the Beetlejuice is happening here? Someone is very ambitious. I'm telling you, someone is like secretly keeping up. Like they go to readers, they go to different people, and they keep up with what's happening behind the scenes, is because they're trying to protect their financial investment, and they're seeking a miracle. And they're like, brother, sister, something, Mother Mary of Joseph Hostafak, this person is distracted, and I need to know how I can get them back focused. I fear that they may be falling for someone out here in the world that is trying to turn them away from their for their duty and their obligation, and we want to rebuke that. They can either be rebuking it through prayer, but through mysticism, this is saying they done got wise. They think they got wise, where they're saying like, I'm not gonna go pray. I'm gonna go to the very people that's creating the mess, and I'm gonna go and cause a stir there. But here's the crazy part. How about all these people that be going out there that be coming to the mysticism world to figure out what's going on? They end up getting converted, and then they end up getting mad at the person that woke them up or had made them have their own awakening, because whoever the third party was, it's like sending people out for missionaries, and they undercover missionaries, and by night they all wear these cloaks and they meet up together, but they're part of these different missionaries and missions, secret missions, to go out there and pretend like they're actually seeking this and seeking that, to be like informants and spies. So they can like, it's like we're doing God's work to take people down that are abomination. And so they done got them jobs. You know how they say it ain't what you know, it's who you fucking know. So they done got these same people that like low key triple K's and low key uh degenerates of some type of hate crime or hate group of some entity, and they in positions of authority where they can be secretly meddling with stuff under disguise. Allegedly. Okay. And then those same people that are sitting there, they be on the fence. And the longer they sit there, monitor, watching, and all that other stuff, it starts creeping in, don't it? Yeah, it sure do. What they say? Now you see me, now you don't. The closer you look and the more you try to see everything, the less you see, or some shit he said. Expansion. Ooh, let me tell you something. I don't know who you are, but you are doing God's work. That's really going to irritate them. You really are. You are divinely guided to do whatever it is that you're doing. And before it is all said and done, they're going to be sitting there seeking forgiveness because they're going to feel disturbed. They're not going to know when you tamper with shit and you meddle with stuff, you literally don't know what the fuck you're doing. Okay? This is I'm going to make you lose your mind. You should have had a V8. You seeing gray now, you're going to be seeing something even worse. Um this is a warning. Like, this is people fucking around to find out. You don't have to understand some shit, and you don't have to like some shit, but don't get impatient and act the fuck up before you give yourself an opportunity to reflect on what you possibly doing. That's what it is. This is you teaching people that the stove is hot. The stove is piping hot. And sometimes we get a little impatient and we want to take matters into our own hands, and we want to go and touch the shit ourselves because we want to force some shit to happen. Well, then what happens when you do that? You don't know who you talking against. You don't know who you delaying. You don't know who you trying to detour. And then what happens? It's like, well, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do. That's a lie. Nothing is done in the dark that isn't brought to the light. Well, technically, and that's what it is, gossip. Could have been something as simple as gossip. Well, I heard it would be better, it behoove motherfuckers not to. I heard Sunbell singing, and I heard don't carry bones, because the bone collector always comes to collect. These are people that don't know what they're fucking with. That's all I see here. It's kiki. It's funny till it ain't funny no more. And you ain't even offending the people that you attacking. It's like they not even offending the person that they coming after. They offending the person that sent you. It's giving touch not my anointed. It's giving be careful. Sometimes when there seems to be an immovable force and it makes you feel uncomfortable, it's better. It would behoove you to take a moment, observe the situation, and ask yourself, what can I do where there's little to no offense? And if the message comes back to you to do nothing at all, do fucking nothing. If the message comes back to you, get out the motherfucking way, get out the motherfucking way. What did Louis Farrakhan say to my granddaddy? I don't have to understand what you do, and I don't have to fucking like it. But I dare not speak against it. That's when people know what the fuck you got going on behind the scenes. It's the same concept. And they do that shit over and over and over again. You don't have to understand some shit. Right? And then they be screaming, oh, it's all love, or it's all this, or it's all that. Let's not forget. Let's not walk around and act like we all clueless. You don't have to like it. You don't have to report it. You don't have to agree with it. But watch your motherfucking mouth. That's all this is giving. Watch your motherfucking mouth. Put soap in your mouth. You better off putting motherfucking soap in your mouth. You ain't hiding shit. This is like you can't hide. You say you got love in your heart, and you say you really about love, and you about the frequency of love, then commit to that. Practice that. Be that. See the good in all things, even when Even when your negative ass pessimistic brain can't comprehend nothing more. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but somebody needed to hear that shit. Someone needed to hear that shit today. You're coming with the fucking to the wrong person. Stumbled across the wrong. And hell, I always say this: don't take no shit unless the shoe fit. Only hurt dogs holler. And if you hurt, I'm probably talking to you. If you offended, I'm probably talking to you. If you don't know how to recognize the voice of the Holy Spirit within you, I'm probably talking to you. Truth hurts the guilty, and the devil will trigger you. We just advocates over here. Oh my god. The Ace of Cups. Okay, what's this one? The Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Cups. The prophecy cannot be unseen. It cannot be undone. The wish is still being commanded. The commandments is still prophesying the same wish. This is still let my people go. This is still fuck what you think you know. Whatever power you feel like you have, it's given we do not care. Okay, on my ancestors, we do not care. We pour libations. We do not care. Yeah. That's like asking someone that created the fucking doctrine, that wrote the that literally created the very articles. It's like saying they gave you the blueprint, gave you the book, you take it and finagle it to your advantage, but you can never take away the blueprint. You see what I'm saying? Like, you can never. How do you not know that the very thing that was given to you was already not designed for you to do the same thing that you were doing? That's the energy that is giving. Why would someone give you? It's like skeleton key. I give you the recipe, but you really think I'm gonna give you the recipe and allow you to get the actual whole truth? Or I'm gonna tell you what you need. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear and what you want to know, so I can guarantee that you continuously make it work for me. That's what it's giving here. And so pretty much, damn, that is deep. It's giving like the truth is anyone that's making it a hard time for you, they're still doing God's work. They too are still doing God's work, and you may say to yourself, well, how is that so? Why would God want that for me? Or why would the creator want that for me? Uh because the bounty is on their head. But if you don't know how to read the language and you don't know how to speak the tongues and you don't know how to do certain things, then all you're doing is guaranteeing that generation after generation remains a supply to your demands. But if you don't see it like that and you trauma bond with your food, then you're going to really believe that the person that's trying to flip the script on you, that's why they got to flip the script on you. It's because they have to get you to actually believe that you're doing something wrong. They have to get you to believe that you have to wait your turn. It's like a oopsie daisy. And so they have to create the illusion, right? And look, you like, you know what? Let me see that shit my damn self. Patience, impatience. And so they tell you, oh, just do this to get this fast. Get rich, get rich quick schemes. Do this to do that. Buy into this concept. Buy into that concept. It's all you need, and it's gonna guarantee you some shit. These are rooms and the societies and the groups you want to be a part of. They was never going to accept you at the table. That's like you being the tree. They cut you down, turn you into a table, and then convincing you to rebuy yourself. Oh my god. I mean, like, think about that shit. You're the fucking raw ingredient. You're the tree. The original. The fucking prototype. They cut you down and change your form. And then resell the table to the tree. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's the only way. You can't get mad at them. Let's call a space a space. You can't get mad at them for pretty much uh calling you for what you is. They pull a you on you. And then they like, but that's not fair because now you're using real gifts. That's not fair because now you don't have to go and pay someone to do what I need done. You don't have to go and cut down the tree. You are the motherfucking tree. That's not fair. You could just regrow yourself. That's not fair. Fair is for people that have to consider. Fair was never for you. The concept of fair was never for you. But that they convinced you that you needed to be fair. Fair trade. They put that shit in everything. Fair trade, equal rights. They already knew this shit was coming. It's comforts to a fool. It's comforts. Justice is for fools. Ain't no such thing. Energy never dies. It is only exchanged, recycled, reused, refurbished, re. But there's always more where that came from. A table can't grow back new limbs, new stems. A table, once it has its form, it stops growing because it's cut from its roots. So when a motherfucker gets you to cut yourself from your roots, what do you think that they are doing? They are guaranteeing you have no legacy. They are guaranteeing you that you cannot regenerate yourself. But if you stay rooted in who you are and you remember that the very poison that you want to sip from was given to those. Hey, but it's like you want to pour. You wishing you wishing the world changed. You wishing this would change. You wishing that'll change. You wishing this would be better. That was this. You trying to change a system, but your roots, your ancestors created the system for them, not for you. So you never play by those rules anyway. It's a decoy. It was a distraction. It was, okay, so I'm going to tell you this, right? You go over there in the corner, and this is the power of suggestion, right? You go over there and everybody huddle, talking about this one thing. And then the people that ain't in the group, they're over there, what are you over there talking about? Why y'all talking over there for something? And now you got their attention. So they focused on what the fuck y'all talking about. This was the play. And while they trying to figure out what the fuck y'all talking about, they over there sitting in formats, taking notes. This is tell us all this time, taking notes, trying to get insight, trying to figure out what it is they're doing. And then they rewrite the shit. But your ancestors gave it to them. They gave them the play that they wanted them to have. And now you want to be a part of the game? That don't even make no sense. You betray yourself. Why would you want to be a part of the game? Skeleton Key, you need to fucking watch it. Somebody here need to watch the fucking Skeleton Key. In case they forget, let's sum it up really fast. Okay? What made it powerful? What made it powerful? Belief. Belief. Was a king to a god? Was a god to a non-believer who doesn't believe in anything? Anything and nothing, all, anything, everything, and nothing, all at the same time. The ethers, right? It's the only thing that can really, energy is the only thing that can be anything, right? Because energy is transfer, it never dies. It can be anything, it can be anywhere. It has no limitations. Let that go over your head. Then they turn around. So the more she got invested in trying to understand some shit, the more she was easily tricked. And what was the moral of that story? Mind your motherfucking business. But see, your roots, they put it so stupid simple for you. Mind your business. Don't carry bones. Riddles. Riddle me this and riddle me that. And you don't even know why them things progress in your head. It's because it's that's what you call plug talk. And then they be like, oh, that sounds so funny. What does that mean? And then your head ass be over there like, oh, that's what we say when we say this. And so you don't even realize that now you setting up the play. So now you done set up the play. Right? You done fed someone some cheese. You done fed people some cheese. Right? But in order to tap into the ethers, to be anything, you must commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. To be anything, you must commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. To be the ethers, to really be in the space in between what the seen and unseen, to really be like that for real, you gotta love it. And if your heart ain't pure, you ain't got the courage for it. You see what I'm saying? If your heart ain't pure, you won't be able to receive love. If you are cold-hearted and hurt and bitter, you can't receive the frequency of love, the highest vibration of all. You can't. Because there'll be too many conditions that would allow you, this happened to me and that happened to you and what happened to me and this and this. And so you become what? Nothing more than the sum of all the things that happened to you. Forgiveness. Then you got those that They feel like they ain't get the opportunity, that they were robbed from equal opportunity. And so now they're the cowardly lion. And everything is, again, woe is me. And everything fucking scares them. And so they always fucking over other people because they just don't want it to happen to them. They kissing all types of ass. They puckering up because they're afraid of another bad incident. So they paranoid and they extra overcautious. And now, oh my God, now all they can think about is the worst case scenarios and everything. Like they can't imagine a good thought to save their motherfucking life. Then you got the next one. Who the next one? Oh, the God complex, right? The savior. I'm gonna protect you to the end of time. Head ass. As long as you're in my watch, as long as you're in my care, I'm gonna protect you. Scarecrow. And they sacrifice his ass too. And who else you got? Who else on this fucking trip? You got the Tin Man, you got the Scarecrow, you got the Cowardly Lion, and then you got Dorothy's ass. Well, Dorothy just ain't in Kansas no more. And you know, she gotta feel important because she already survived a storm. She survived a tornado. So she gotta feel important like she the motherfucking hero. And so she got all these other three characters talking to her, and she don't want them to believe that she's not who she thinks she is. So she goes over there like, oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go solve the problem for everybody. Okay, martyr. But all of it is self-validating. It's the fear of rejection, the fear of being talked about. I don't know what I'm talking about. But what I can tell you is somebody gonna get it. This is a this is an omen that someone is going to take the blindfolds off. Someone's gonna be able to see with their spiritual eyes and not their physical eyes. And just like that, you manifest it. Just like that, you're not mad no more. Just like that, you give up the ghost. You give up the Holy Ghost and you tap into the frequency of love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. You stop performing and you start being. And in that space, baby, that's quality over quantity. And any day, that's the motherfucking tree. It ain't the table. Tables are for people that want to belong. Trees are for creators. Creators. And trees don't despise tables because we know that tables came from us. Okay. And we gonna end it on that. We done took a journey. This how I know the reading done. We started with the motherfucking fool, and we're gonna end with the motherfucking fool. Someone's gonna be just a little bit wiser, just a little bit taller. And instead of being, I wish I was a little bit taller. I wish I had a and you're gonna go from wishing about that shit and you're gonna start showing up as you're gonna start being it. You adjust. We just adjusted someone's crown today. Okay? Let me pick my motherfucking feelings up. I'm really that guy. I'm really that girl. I'm divinely guided. And so you are. You can't betray something that's divinely guided. Okay? You are the motherfucking shining star. Flex them wings. and accept yourself in all your glory. Let's get your closing message. Because I could talk all night. 33, the master teacher. I don't preach, I teach. Let's never get this misconstrued. Never put me with the likeness of a preacher. Even though I did use the line. I don't know who I'm talking to today. Positive recognition. What? You hear what I'm saying? It says, congratulations, your plans have worked out perfectly. And now it's time for you to shine your light. Turns out they never liked you anyway. That's perfect for you. I'm ad-libbing, okay? And now it's time for you to shine. Brilliant new ideas will present themselves to you, and success is all but assured. Express yourself openly and honestly, knowing that those surrounding you are trustworthy. Be open to the unexpected opportunities that's about to come your way. Look at that head as fair decisions. Fair decisions. Your angels are aware that you have concerns, but be assured that there's nothing to worry about. Stand your ground and know that heaven is shining its divine light upon you, the situation, and all is being healed. Take the time to review all the details thoroughly. Forgiveness will bring peace to everyone involved. Hey, you heard what I said, right? We gonna quit. No, we're not with all that whitewashing shit. Remember, who are given the plays and who just got it like that. Don't mix construe the two, because this was, well, can I just talk to you for a second? Let's be fair about that. Um, moving right along, moving along. Take it how it resonates. All right. Good night. Good morning. Good night. Good day.